Hey, Tricey love, what's up, Tricey? Love, I don't know why I gotta do that like that, but yeah, I wanna come talk about, let me see, I wanna come talk to y'all today about the emotional side of building a business. Cause look here, I don't think we really talk about that too much. And I don't want to come on here like I just got it all figured out or like I'm just so glamorous and like like I'm just making six figures in my business and no, I don't want to talk like I don't want to talk about stuff like that. I want to talk about the emotional side. And I can't sit here and pretend like I just got a multi-million dollar business right now, y'all. I can't sit here and pretend like I just know all the answers. All I can do is sit here and tell y'all my perspective on things, some things that I've been through, you know, and share it with y'all. So, yeah, like I've started a business, I've learned a lot, I made some mistakes, I wasted money. I had to pivot way more times than I would like to admit. And if I learn some things, I like sharing it. I like teaching what I've learned, especially in my perspective. Hopefully this video can relate to somebody and you know, boost their confidence back up. Because nobody really talk about entrepreneurship or the emotions that comes with building a business. Because what I've learned, entrepreneurship can really change some stuff about somebody. This when you learn your patience, you learn how confident you are, you learn how much faith you have, you learn more about your identity and your sanity, okay? So I do want to talk about how, where I want to start with we all got dreams. Everybody have a dream. Everybody want to run a business. Everybody want to be their own boss. Like if we being honest, we all want to be free. We all want some type of freedom. We all want that passive income. And we all want to make some money while we sleeping. Hello? But yeah, but a few of us really talk about like what really happened before we get all that. You know, some of the things that me starting my business or even growing it or whatever, however, I sat and asked myself a lot of times, like, am I wasting my time on this? Like, nobody talk about the launching your business part, um, not having no clients, spending weeks and hours to build a website, or nobody talks about you gotta come out of pocket and paying for logos. Like a lot of people have resources and help or even skills, but a lot of us don't. So even with starting a business, like those are real emotions when you have to work hard, put some time, energy, money into something, and you're not seeing results. And in those moments, a lot of people quit. Not because they don't know how or they can't do it, it's because they get discouraged at some type of point. And like I say, I don't have a six-figure business yet. However, I've been working on my business and I had to learn. I learned a lot just by creating a thought and trying to make it come to light. So I had to learn like the foundation of even having a business, you have to have one. You have to have a foundation. You can't just build a house without having a foundation. So that it matters. We can't build a business without, yeah, like certain things. And I tried, look, my first time trying to build a business, I was doing more so, I was doing everything, that'll help, but not what I needed done. I needed to learn how to build my business correctly instead of trying to rush and do something and chase the money. And for me, I found out that a foundation in your business is having a professional business number. It is having that professional business email and a business website. We also have to have a EIN, a business address, and those things might sound simple, but it's not just paperwork. You know, it tells it tells people that you're serious about your stuff. And it also creates some type of consistency. Having to keep up with the things that you're building. And having a foundation, it makes your business look trustworthy. Now, I'm saying this because I didn't know that. I didn't. It took me some time to learn, like, okay, I can't just put any address down. I can't just create a name and go out there. No, you actually have to have an EIN. You actually have to have, certain things to create it and build that foundation, basically. And I had to stop rushing. I had to stop rushing when I was building because I was so trying to get to the money, trying to see some numbers go up and all this good stuff. But me slowing down saved me some money. Me learning what not to do and moving forward, like starting a different business or going into a different project. It's like now I know what to do, I know what not to do. And all that stuff matters. The things I'm learning now, because now, I had to learn how to build a foundation, of course, without getting paid. Nah, I gotta mention that because, like I said, it's an emotional roller coaster. Building a business is an emotional roller coaster. So I did the foundation, and now I'm learning about, look, if you're watching this and you know something, help me out, comment down, give me some resources. But now I'm learning about business credit. And like I said, I can't sit here and pretend like I'm an expert at this stuff. I'm just simply sharing what I've learned, trying to grow, not trying to grow, because I don't want to say it like that. Let me say growing my business. Growing my business right now, I'm learning about business credit. So I'm learning about getting the Duns and Bradstreet number and establishing good business credit from my personal business credit. Like different vendors and opening up different credit lines and getting those secured business credit cards. Like, I don't know, y'all. Stuff like this is kind of fun for me. Learning about this stuff is fun because, of course, I'm in it. So, but I do want to say this. Hold on, y'all. My bad. But like I say, learning about it it's been fun for me. And nobody really sit down and really teach us this stuff. Like, we don't learn this in school. We don't learn how to grow a business, or we don't learn about business credit. We got to get older and be curious to learn stuff like this. And sometimes that's expensive. You're going to fail at some things, and that's okay. But that's the emotional part. That's the emotional roller coaster part. Failing, trying to keep your faith, and learning, and failing at it again, and then have to go out and practice and learn, whatever. Building a business is emotional. One day you can be excited about learning some stuff and excited about going out, getting to test out your new skill and all this other stuff. And then there's the next day where you're just questioning everything. Like, why am I even doing this? What is going on? Am I wasting my time? You know, especially like, if you launch something and you don't get no type of feedback, no type of engagement, interactions, that can discourage you for sure. Like when I first started, even my YouTube channel, because I'm not where I want to be in this channel. But when I first started, my first 50 videos, I wasn't getting 10 views or even a like. But I know where I want to go. And if I was to stop, like, I'll never get there, you know? So, some days during your journey on building your business, you will not understand. Sometimes you won't understand. Sometimes you will want to disappear. Sometimes you will want to just laugh. And then sometimes you can feel a little down because you're comparing yourself to other people online. And I don't know. I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one, and seeing some numbers on there like, they did it. How I know I can do it, but why am I not there? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, they done sold all these journals. How my journals not? You get what I'm saying? So we can compare ourselves, but at the end of the day, comparison, it steals joy and it steals your ambition. You will start thinking you behind and everything that you're doing don't matter and all this other stuff. So building a business is not always easy. And it's really, like I say, it's an emotional roller coaster. But honestly, those emotions are normal. Any entrepreneur that you know, starting off or halfway through or then made it, they done went through some similar emotions that we go through. And those emotions, it don't make those emotions don't determine whether your business gonna be successful or not. Yes, your feelings are real, but they not always facts. Sometimes we gotta learn how to not operate just off feelings. And sometimes if our business moving slow or not picking up or not where we want it to be at, doesn't mean it's not growing. And I had to tell myself that a few times. Just because I'm not where I want to be at does not mean I'm not on my way. Okay, and another thing before I leave, I do want to talk about finding a mentor. Mentors matter so much, and I'm gonna tag the video of me talking about mentors, because when I say mentors matter so much, one of my biggest lessons that I've learned is to find a mentor. And that just goes for whatever you're trying to do. Don't just go find somebody who just talks. Find somebody who actually did the thing that you're trying to do. If they built the type of business that you're trying to build, get that person on your team. Sometimes some mentors are free, but sometimes you gotta pay. And it's okay to invest in yourself. Take those notes, ask questions. Look, one of my mentors told me the best things you can do is to be teachable. Be teachable, be coachable, be able to ask some questions, especially if you don't know. Be the perfect student. Be a great student. Don't let that pride like, oh, I ain't paying nobody to do. I can do this myself. Look, trying to do everything yourself can take up a lot of time, energy, a lot of. We need help out here. Trust me. Look, don't be embarrassed for asking certain questions. Don't be embarrassed for needing help. The smartest people keep learning forever. I will be in forever student. I will never know it all. You know? And another thing I want to talk about and I want to mention is don't quit halfway through. Please hear me, because sometimes we do have to pivot. But pivoting is not quitting. You may be one lesson away, one connection away, one opportunity away, just one mentor away, or even just one adjustment. If you was to not quit, just don't quit. Because if you was to stop, you'll never find it. The business that you're trying to build, it won't look like how you imagined. And it may take a little longer. It just may require you to do a little bit more learning, or just have a little bit more patience. But it don't mean that it's impossible. It just means you still learning on even how to run what you're trying to create. And that's for me. When I be doing these videos, y'all, I really, look here, I be expressing some things that I needed to hear and that I need to hear. Like, for real. But God he not just helping me build a business. He's building me. He's teaching me to be more patient, be more disciplined. He's teaching me how to be a better stewardship, how to be consistent, how to have faith. Because I already know if I can manage the upkeep, I can manage some abundance. So if I can manage a little bit, I can manage a lot. Okay, I'm not gonna drag this video out all day. I have to let y'all know though, like, I just wanted to talk about it because, look here, building a business is an emotional roller coaster. I'm gonna say this and then I'm really gonna skedaddle, y'all. When you start to build a business, you do not have to know everything to start. You don't have to know everything to start. But you do have to keep learning as you growing. Learn with your business. Grow with your business. It's okay. Slow down. Oh, excuse me. Slow down. Build that foundation. And sometimes it don't take 6 months to build a foundation, depending on what you're trying to build. Sometimes it may take you a year or two just to have the perfect foundation, and then you can start building up. So build that foundation. Get um, the right tools you need to have a great foundation. Ask those questions. Find some mentors to help you. Make sure you invest in yourself. I hope I said that. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be scared. And sometimes don't even be cheap. Sometimes you gotta invest in yourself. Don't compare your chapter 2 to somebody chapter 20, because that'll get you stuck as well. That'll discourage you a lot. And mostly, the most important thing that you need to do is to not quit. Don't quit. Your future self deserves that version of you that's willing to grow. So, if you're building a business, I would love to hear from y'all. I need more entrepreneur friends, okay? We need to encourage each other to keep going, hold our head up. We matter, our business matter, and everything gonna be okay. Let's encourage each other. Drop down some businesses that y'all got going if you starting up, or got some websites that you want somebody else to check out, or you selling something, or you got some type of service. Let us know. Let me know. I want to hear about it. All right. Thank y'all for watching the video. Thanks for coming to chill with me and chat with me. Look, if y'all didn't watch a few of my videos, go ahead and subscribe. If you're new here, you ain't subscribed yet, don't subscribe. Don't leave without subscribing, all right? Like the video, and y'all know, show me some love. Show me some love, because I love y'all. I love you. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. And deuces. I'll catch y'all on my next one.